Alright, what's good? It's Thrax Trades. I'm going to be doing a recap of the performance of our bot. It was all going so well until today. This price action just absolutely destroyed it, to be completely honest. And I set a daily loss limit, which should have been like $1,000, and I just kept it running, which was a terrible decision. So, in respect of full transparency and the process that it's taking is, this is what it's looking like. This is what it's looking like. So there's a couple problems with our strategy that we need to fix. The first thing is, if I set a daily loss limit, I just need to stick to it. If it's just not the day for the bot, then it's not the day for the bot. I mean, every day won't be perfect. And when we have price action like this, this is not good for our strategy. There's a reason why we need to stick to the plan. And in addition to that, these days we cut the bot off early. So because we were trying to get the $200 days, the bot could have kept running all day and it could have made more money like it did on the evaluation or the practice accounts. But we decided to cut it early. And what that ends up doing is, if we don't follow, proper risk to reward, regardless of a bot or not, it puts us in a situation like this. So this is a problem. Now it's not dead. We still got about $2,000 left. That's enough room to come back. We're going to have to make some adjustments to the code over the weekend, specifically implementing the ADX, which is the average directional index. What we have right now is we have a strategy that is not complete, right? And we're running it on an Express account just because we're trying to give it a shot, but there's holes in the strategy that need to be fixed. So it's a trend following strategy, and then when the signals are inversed, we invert the signals, it's essentially good at trading chop. The problem is that it's difficult to code logic into the bot that's going to allow it to understand when it's chop and when it's not chop, and then how fast should it actually identify chop, because you don't want it to identify too quickly and you don't want it to identify it slowly, right? Because it needs that fine balance so that it makes intelligent decisions. And it's a difficult thing to do because even as, traders ourselves, most traders struggle with chop. I mean, you don't know, you have an idea on when it's going to start. You can identify it pretty quickly. Most traders, don't know when it's going to end, so they wait for it to end. So my thought process is, we can either go two routes with this. We can continue to try and code the logic in on the inverse to tell it when to invert its signals, but it's a difficult thing to do. And in the meantime, while we're running this on an Express account, the goal is to not blow the account, right? So it may be a good idea to set a threshold with ADX to understand when to and when to not trade, essentially. So we made a mistake in the sense of, if we took $1,000 L today, which was the plan, that's okay. It's manageable. The drawdown is there for it. And then we would have just understood pretty quickly, watching this price action after the first few losses, which we already understood myself, that today just wasn't the day for the bot. Probably wasn't the day today for plenty of people's trading in general, unless you have some type of strategy that trades this price action. But we need to stick to it. So I overrode the bot's logic. The bot had logic to stop at $1,000. I turned it off. Human intervention caused error. And we just need to adjust what we're doing so that this doesn't happen again. But if it blows the account, then it blows the account. I'm going to be doing like a weekly update on the bot, and I'm not here to lie about it. And I already said, it's not a completed strategy, This is just part of the process, and we just need to do better. Otherwise, we're going to end up blowing a lot of accounts trying to automate trading, which is not the goal. Started off strong this week, passed the eval, made 2 days on the account to count towards our winning days for a payout, and then we destroyed it essentially today. And we're going to have to fix some logic in the bot, stop myself from adjusting the risk, and hopefully it will make a comeback. Otherwise, we're just going to start the process over again. And we're going to keep doing it until we get a bot that gets a fully automated payout. I don't care how many accounts it blows. I don't care how many evaluations it goes through. I think I can get it. I just need to tweak certain things, and I need to do enough forward testing to understand. It is difficult right now with the price action we've been having recently being at all-time highs, but that's not an excuse. The bot's smart enough, it'll understand not to trade it. And that's just what we have to teach it. So that's how we're going to end the week. The bot overall passed an evaluation this week, went up on the funded account, and then lost a bunch of it today, right now. The P&L to end the week for the funded account is negative $1,254. We have about $2,000 of drawdown left. That should be enough room to try and make a comeback. We may have to size down. We may have to change some things to crawl out of the drawdown. It's possible. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I will catch you guys next week. Hopefully next week is better. Hopefully our changes actually make a difference for the better. And maybe we can make our way to a payout. Maybe not. Maybe there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. This is the process. Peace.